everybody? It's Kelsee Briana J, and today I am coming to you all to talk about my Sephora recommendations because, as you all know, their annual savings event is here, and so I wanted to make sure to get my recommendations video up for you all so you all can know what I have been loving, the products that I recommend, and also a few things that I have on my wish list. And as per usual, I'm collaborating yet again with Top Cashback, and you all know that I've collaborated with them so many times in the past, and that is because I truly believe and stand by this company, and I love working with them. So if you all don't know, Top Cashback is a rebate website where you are able to save money and get a percentage off of your sale that you are already going to make anyways. So Sephora is one of 4,000 retailers that Top Cashback works with in order for you to get a percentage back off of your sale. And how it works is that you sign up for their website. You can go to one of their 4,000 different retailers, and depending on the day, there's a different percentage of cashback that you are able to earn. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is click on the website. It redirects you to the website and you check out like you typically do. And also, they always have a higher cashback percentage in comparison to their competitors, and so I always appreciate that. So I get a good bang for my buck whenever I'm shopping, especially at times like this where Sephora is having their events. I will have the link for you all to sign up for Top Cashback down in the description box, and like I said, I highly encourage everybody to do so. The sign up process is super simple, and it takes literally no time to start saving money on purchases that you are going to make anyway. So I love that. Thank you so much, Top Cashback, for working with me again. I appreciate you. So let's get into this Sephora event, which, as you all know, it has started. So for Rouge members, of course, it's 20% off, and the dates are 10:30 until 11/9. And as you all know, it's an unlimited amount of times you can shop. So you can just decide, hey, I want to buy something else. Hey, I want to buy something else, like I do. I'm like, yo, I'm buying all the things. So we have that range of time to shop and get 20% off of most purchases that we make. For VIB members, the 15% off begins November 3rd and it goes until November the 11th. And then for insiders, it's 10% off, and those dates range from 11/5 to 11/9, and the code is holiday fun because it's about to be fun. So y'all, I have a good amount of things that I want to talk about. Of course, I typically like to focus on newer things, so if you are interested in things that came out a little bit earlier in the year, I will have links down in the description box, more Sephora recommendations videos, and I like to keep it on things that are current, so these videos aren't like, I don't know, 10 hours long. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot over. I will insert pictures on all the things that I am recommending. And I definitely want to know what you all plan on picking up down in the comment section as well. So tell me what's in those baskets. So let's get into it. So let's first start off with talking about foundations. And the first one that I recommend is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. And I have done videos on most of the things that I'm about to recommend to you all. So I really like this foundation because it is a full coverage, very soft, creamy, velvety like foundation, and I think it's beautiful. I love the direction that companies are going in with how they are choosing to formulate matte foundations, because traditionally, a lot of people haven't liked matte foundations because a lot of people feel like they're dry, and older formulations were, but these newer formulations are breathable and they're very soft matte-like, and so it doesn't feel tight on the skin. It gives you a nice, like I said, velvety, smooth finish, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. And at the price point that it is, I definitely think that it can compete with some of the super luxury foundations that we've been seeing on the market here lately. So I really like that one. You do not need a lot at all. A little bit goes a long way, and I think that one is a very beautiful foundation for the fall and winter months. Next is not a foundation per se, nor is it a super new product, but I haven't really given it a lot of shine on my channel, but I use it every single day, and I actually have it just sitting right here because that's how much I use it. I might even pick up a backup, and that is a product from Shiseido, and this one is the Synchro Skin Powder, and I have the shade 310 Silk, and oh my gosh, this powder is so smooth. The technology behind it the actual design of the powder is just sexy. And I think that Shiseido is a brand that's super slept on. They have amazing products, and I definitely want to explore their range more. But everything that I have tried from them thus far, I've been impressed by, and this powder was no different. So I love, love, love this powder. It's super smooth. I use it as either a finishing powder or a touch-up powder because it adds just the most beautiful finish, and it takes away the shine without darkening up your foundation or adding on more coverage. I just think that it's a really nice, smooth, velvety powder that is super lightweight. So I love this for if I've had my makeup on for a little bit long and I want to kind of, you know, powder my nose, as my grandmother would say. This is my powder that I reach for. And I actually powdered my nose right before I got on here, and I feel like my makeup just looks so smooth, like I just applied it, but I've actually had it on for like 7 hours. Okay, so this powder is the truth. And I actually have one more foundation that I recommend, and that one is the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. And again, these new age matte foundations are just beautiful, and they're light and they feel whipped. They do not feel heavy. They are not dry. They do not look casket ready, y'all. I promise you, they are just super smooth. They are more matte than they are dewy, but it's not all the way matte. And the way that it applies, it just feels whipped. And that's what I love so much about these new matte foundations. And the Tom Ford matte foundation just is the ish. If I'm being honest, I do prefer the Tom Ford matte foundation over the NARS matte foundation, but the Tom Ford foundation is twice the price of the NARS foundation. And I do notice a difference there. I feel like the Tom Ford foundation is just a little bit more refined, and it feels even more lightweight than the NARS foundation. But to be completely honest, both of the foundations are fire. So if you're not wanting to commit to $88 for the Tom Ford one, the NARS one is a really nice one. But the Tom Ford one, though, is like perfected. So I personally don't mind having both in my collection because I enjoy a matte foundation that's formulated like how these are. So I love it. But that's everything for foundations. So let's talk about concealers. And I have 3 concealers that have just been rocking my world. And the newest one is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Concealer. And I feel like I'm just on this complete matte kick because y'all are probably like, oh my gosh, matte, 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 matte. Matte, 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 matte. Yes, that's how I feel. I just feel like matte is the way to go this season. It's definitely back on trend, and I love the developments that these companies have been making because I feel like they have unlocked a secret level of matteness that they needed to unlock the entire time, because I feel like matte products have gotten a bad rep. But come on back, try them now with this 2020 technology, and you're gonna like it. This concealer is really nice, it's very smooth, and it's velvety. I mean, those are my 3 adjectives that I use to describe these products. And I have combination skin, and you know, I kind of veer on the side of combination oily when it's a little bit warmer outside, but then when it gets a little bit cooler outside, I get combination dry. Just with being inside, you know, is a different challenge on your skin. But even still with those challenges, I feel like my skin looks really beautiful and I like it. So I love that concealer. And the next 2 concealers that I recommend are a little bit more dewy-like, but not all the way. So the first one is the Dior Skin Forever Concealer. And when I say that concealer is just my baby, I already have a backup of it because I love it that much. It gives me the prettiest finish. It's not a matte concealer, but if you have lines or texture underneath your eyes that you are concerned about, this concealer just makes it cushiony, and it feels so comfortable, and it does not crease. So I love this concealer so much. It is just a really nice universal type concealer that I feel like will look beautiful on so many different textures of skin. And I love the shades that they offer because they offer cool undertones, warm undertones, and neutral undertones for concealers, and the shades do not jump. I feel like there's middle ground there. I personally can wear like 2 or 3 of the shades, and that was what I was really impressed about because they have different versions of the same color. And I love that because something like that is really overlooked in terms of concealer a lot. And so that one is just highly impressive all across the board, and that one is one of my favorite concealers that I've gotten in my collection, and it has actually replaced a lot of my concealers. So I love, love, love the Dior. I can't say enough great things about that one, as well as this next one. So we all know Pat is going to deliver, but she super exceeded my expectations for this concealer, and I think she did an amazing job. And much like the Dior concealer, I feel like this one is a really nice hydrating concealer that does not crease. I actually think the formulations of these concealers are very, very similar, but I think that the Dior one is just a little bit thicker than Pat's. Pat's feels closer to a gel than Dior's does. Dior's feels more so like a whipped cream, but both of them give me the most beautiful airbrushed finish underneath my eye, and I love it. Pat's undertones and shades of her concealer are beautiful as well, but they give me a different effect than Dior's. I would say that Pat's are a little bit more brightening, a little bit more golden, and my Dior concealer is just a little bit more neutral. But I mean, both of the concealers are hot fire, and I love them. And again, I think this is a universal formula. So that's it for foundations and concealers. I do have one loose powder that I have to talk about, and that one is the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey Powder. The powder that was made for me. Is where a kid can be a kid. Like, I love that powder. I think that they did such an amazing job with the formulation of that powder and the shade that they selected. It's just so beautiful. It is the perfect shade of honey. And as you all may know, pretty much always my shade in foundations is honey. And so when I saw that they were naming that powder honey and not medium like I thought they were going to, I was like, oh, they were talking to me. They must know that I have been waiting on this powder for forever, and they named it honey just to put the cherry on top. So I was just blown away when I got it, because I'm a lover of the Laura Mercier translucent powder in general. And I know some people feel like that powder is a bit drier, and it can be depending on how you utilize it. But the way that I use it, baby, it melts into the skin, and this powder is just the most beautiful tone of yellow. And if you have a deeper complexion than me, you can still use it, because I use translucent, and as we know, translucent is super light and beige, but definitely you can use it with your sponge, get it on your skin, and it will melt it in. You won't have to worry about it looking dry or anything like that. And the way that it sets concealers is just, you know, it's bar none. I don't have another powder that I like more than that one, and I've been using it for years, and it cannot be replaced. That's that. Let's move into the eyeshadow palettes, which normally I have like a stupid long list of eyeshadow palettes, but actually this year I don't. So to start off, let's talk about this Natasha Denona Glam palette. And I think it's a beautiful palette. I think that the palette is super versatile. If you have not seen my Natasha Denona Glam eyeshadow palette video, be sure to check that one out, because I did a few different looks demonstrating how you can utilize that palette. And so if you have a deeper complexion, you can still get beautiful looks out of that palette. What I do think that she messed up on was naming it in how you're supposed to use it, which she kind of tried to clear it up, but you know, charge it to her head, not her heart. That's how I felt about that situation. I do think that that palette is gorgeous. If you like cool tones, if you like grayer tones, then I would say get it. And like I said in my video, that palette is one of her best formulated palettes yet, which brings me to another Natasha Denona palette, which is the Zendo palette. And that one is a mini palette, and it is beautiful. I love those tones. I think that is super unique, and I don't have any tones like that in my collection to dupe. It's not really the same as the Glam palette. I did experience just a little bit more fallout with that one than the Glam palette, but that thing is beautiful. That thing is stinging. So if you like colors like that, I think that is gorgeous and it's different. Moving on to Mother Pat. I think that you should get the Celestial Divinity palette if you can get it from Sephora for 20% off, because overall I think the palette is a nice palette. It's nicely composed, and while those eyeshadows are not the same as the eyeshadows that are in her Tin Pan Mothership palettes, I still think that they're beautiful, and I like the tones of them for the fall and the winter seasons as well. So I think that it's very beautiful, and I think that there's a nice range of tones there. So I will have a video coming up on there very soon. I know y'all want to see that, but I think that one is a really nice palette to get for 20% off because you get a nice range of colors, and I actually have it on my eyes now. Next from Mother, if you don't get anything else from her brand, I would say get the Divine Rose 2 palette, because I personally think that that is the product of the year. There has been no launch that has been able to outdo the hype and the collective excitement about it than that palette. And that one is just a very beautiful, beautiful palette that I was so happy to be a part of and be able to create looks using. Next are the Dior Quints, which Dior has reformulated their eyeshadow formula again, and it has, you know, taken a turn for the best. Not the worst, but the best. I think that this eyeshadow formula is their best that they have done yet, and I want some more, but it's like I don't need any more. I already have 7, okay? If that gives you any indication of how much I like these, I have 7 of them things. So they're just smooth and they're pretty. The composition of the shades that they have selected is just gorgeous, and it just does it for me. So Dior has been getting a lot of my attention here lately, and those Quints are gorgeous. One of my favorite ones is Jungle. I also really love New Look, and I have a few more that I like as well, but those 2 stand out the most to me of what I believe to be their permanent line of Quints now. So love them. You cannot go wrong. Every single one that I've tried thus far is just smooth and buttery and just easy to apply. And the last eyeshadow palette that I recommend is the Tom Ford First Frost Quad. Yo, that one might be my favorite Tom Ford quad ever. Like ever. And you all know I'm a nude dip hoe. I love me some Tom Ford nude dip. But I think that First Frost is a better version of nude dip for my complexion. The formulations are the same. I love Tom Ford's wet dry formula. It's super smooth. It's very pigmented. It's beautiful. But I think First Frost has replaced it for me. And nude dip held that title for probably 5-6 years now. And so First Frost has been the first Tom Ford quad that has even been a contender to be able to compete with nude dip. So I love it. Also in the eyeshadow realm, but not a palette, are Natasha Denona's Chromium Multi-Chrome Liquid Eyeshadows. And these are gorgeous. Natasha Denona has come through and just killed 2020. Like, she has just given us banger after banger after banger after banger. And these Chromium Multi-Chrome Liquid Eyeshadows are just another hit. They are beautiful. They are very shifty. And I love the fact that they are bringing duochrome and multi-chrome products to the mainstream because it makes them more accessible. And these are super beautiful in the way that they apply, and I love them. So I definitely recommend getting them because liquid eyeshadows can be very fun. And I recommend everybody to at least try one because it's not scary to use. And I think that some people can get intimidated by liquid eyeshadows because you may feel that it's hard to navigate or you might mess up, but I promise you it's no more difficult than any other eyeshadow is, and you'll get the hang of it because you actually can really paint with it, and you may even have an easier time using them. But these colors are just gorgeous and the formulation is amazing. Next is an eyeliner that I really have been liking, and that one is the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes eyeliner. And I love it because it's a brush applicator and it just glides across the eye, and it's a very black formula, and I don't have a hard time using it, which is very important because I don't like a stiff formulation. I don't like it to be tugging across my eyelids. I like it to be smooth. I like it to be easy, and I like it to be black, and that gives me all of that. So I really like that formulation. Highlighters, I have a few to recommend. So the first one is another Natasha Denona product. Natasha, girl, you're out here killing it. It is the I Need a Nude Glow Face Highlighter. Pretty. It is a wet, dry kind of formulation like the Tom Ford products, but it has a design. And I will tell you that you do have to work through the design to get the product to really show up at first. But once you do that, super smooth, very beautifully formulated highlighter, and I love it because it's reflective and it's a very beautiful shade of a light gold, and I think that it's just very angelic looking on the tops of your cheeks, and that's what I love about it, because it doesn't look too icy. Even though it appears that it may look that way, it's nice. And I think that a lot of people will be able to use and enjoy it. And we're back to Dior. Because like I told y'all, Dior has been coming through with the hot fire. So their Backstage Glow Face palettes, A1. I love them. And their new extensions just are beautiful. They are centered around gold. But I mean, all of them to me give me a different look. So I will link my video again down below so you all can check that out. But it's just so dope and beautiful. I love it so much. Blush, I only have one. And that one is the Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame blush. And oh my gosh, I didn't think I would like it. Because you all, I'm going to be honest, I don't like berry tone stuff on my complexion. I like the color. I think it's beautiful. And on everybody else's complexions, I love berries. I think that it's very natural looking. It looks like it comes from the earth. Very beautiful type tone. On me, most of the time, I'll be like, nah. But this right here, though, the way that it complements, it's like it's my berry tone. And so that has been my issue, I think, is that I haven't found my perfect berry tone. And that one is it. So the Walk of No Shame is so beautiful, and I love the name because it's so empowering. So I think that her formulation of her powders is impeccable, and I want to collect everything that I can in her range that works for me. Bronzer, on the same wavelength. Charlotte Tilbury's bronzers are holy grail status. They are so smooth. I just have it sitting right here. Not because I plan to have it out, but because I was using it. And I recommend these to everyone. Love, 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 love this bronzer. It's my favorite. I have another favorite, and that one is the Gucci bronzer. And those two bronzers, baby, shh. With Charlotte and Gucci, I might not need any more bronzers in my collection. And I'm being dead serious with how intensely obsessed I am with these bronzers. They give me everything I need for a bronzed look, and I really like my other bronzers that I have. I do. And I thought I knew what a bronzer was supposed to look like, but then when I tried the Gucci bronzer and the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, I was like, I wasn't doing nothing for real. So that's my recommendations for bronzer. So now let's talk about lips, and again, Gucci with the lips. How did they outdo themselves? So y'all, I was a fan of Gucci makeup products their first go round, because many of you all may not know, but they have had a beauty line for several years, and they did away with all those products and they have revamped everything, and I was like, I wonder, is this still gonna be good? It's even better. Their lipsticks are what dreams are made of. Their matte formula is my favorite. They have a sheer formula and they have a satin formula, and I like those formulas too, but that matte, y'all know I'm on a matte kick. The mattes are just sexy. They have so many different colors, and I actually am going to do a fall lipstick recommendations video, and I'll have a few in there, and I have a few other lipstick videos planned as well, and I'll talk about them there too, but something serious. That's all I gotta say. I also have really been liking my Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Lipstick, and I love the way that the packaging looks. I think it's very sleek. Plus the formulation is really beautiful. Something different that I don't typically talk about are hair products, and that's because I use a lot of salon quality hair products. So I don't use a lot of mainstream things, but these products I swear by. And Sephora has recently added Pureology on their website, and I am here for it because Pureology is my favorite hair care brand, and I swear by their products. I've not tried anything from their line that my hair disagrees with, so I use their hydrating shampoo and conditioner. I actually washed my hair today and use the hydrating shampoo and conditioner, and the conditioner has like a little bit of a minty feel to it, which I don't like on my lips, but I love on my scalp because it feels invigorating, and I love that because it makes me feel refreshed. And I love their shampoo because it does not dry out my hair, but my hair feels fully cleansed after washing it. And then before I blow dry my hair, which I believe in a blow dry, I don't like air drying my hair because it gets too tangled. Before I do that, I always spray each section with the Color Fanatic Multitasking Leave-In Spray. And I use that even though I don't have color treated hair. And it is so nourishing. It leaves my hair so conditioned feeling, but not weighed down. Because as you all can see, like, I wear my hair straight a lot of times, and I still use these products, and it makes my hair feel super lush, very moisturized and hydrated without weighing it down. So I love Pureology products, and I have even more products by them that I love and swear by, because Sephora doesn't carry the entire range, but they have so many of their products that I do love, and I highly recommend you all to try them out. Next are some products that I cannot fully say that I recommend yet, but my hypothesis is that I will recommend them, but I actually have not used them yet. And those two products are the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Quads, and Sephora has two of them. There's one exclusive quad on Pat McGrath's website, but the two that are sold on Sephora's website are Interstellar Icon and Risque Rose. I can't say that I recommend them yet, you guys, but just know that they are on their website if you are interested in them. And the other item is the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Instant Eyeshadow Palette. And again, I haven't tried it yet, but just based on how much I love their Pillow Talk Long Eyeshadow Palette, I expect to love this one, because this one looks like colors that I would really like for every single day, and I can't wait to try it out. So I can't say like, yes, I love it, because I haven't even swatched it. But I have it, and I plan on doing videos for you all using these products, but I just want to make you all aware that it's on their website. I have only 2 things on my wish list. So these are things that I don't have yet. And one of the things on my wish list, Kelsee just made me aware that I probably am not going to want it. So Huda Beauty is coming out with a new palette, and this one is the Naughty Nude palette. And I was all set to buy it, but let me tell you why I probably won't now. So in the bottom left corner, one of the eyeshadows looks like it has little balls in it. That makes my flesh crawl. Oh my gosh. I do not like little holes, little balls, little stuff like that's textured like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't even talk about it good. But anyways, I could not. I just can't. I don't understand why she did that and added that texture on that, in that, around that, with that. Like, I can't. So I probably won't buy it because of that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, y'all. I'm serious. But if not for that, I was all set to buy it, do a review for you all. It kind of gives me the same feel that her nude mini eyeshadows gave, but it's a larger palette, and I know a lot of you all are going to be interested in it, but baby, them little balls down the... Oh, no. There's one more thing that I'm definitely getting, and that one is a Natasha Denona palette, and this one is the Trio Chrome palette, and I am for sure getting that the day that it comes out. I hope that it comes out a little bit earlier, because I will be at the store, first one, knocking at the door like it's me, Kelsee B, and I'm here to get that palette. So I don't know when it comes out. I think it comes out on the 3rd maybe. I'll keep y'all posted. You know I'm getting it. I'm excited about it. But other than that, I don't think I'm getting anything else from this event. So that's everything that I recommend and all the things that are on my wish list, which as you all see is not very, very long. I have a few more things that I may look at. You know, I always keep a running, like, overall wish list, but not necessarily things that I feel like I absolutely have to buy right now. And I did film a video about it, so I may upload that very soon. We're just talking about my long running wish list. And also let me know some of the things that you definitely are going to be buying during this event. I will have links down below for where you all can shop the sale, as well as links for you all to sign up for Top Cashback's rebate program. And if you sign up and it's a new account, once you spend $25, you will get a sign up bonus. So I'm just saying, don't say nobody ever told you. But thank you again to Top Cashback for collaborating with me. And happy shopping, you all. Let me know what's in your carts, what's coming home with you. And I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.